Curbside Pickup by Triscribe, Chapter 8, Foreign Extraction. What do you mean people are making bets? MJ just handed over her phone and Peter stared in horror at the screen. He scrolled down, seeing dozens of comments as people debated who would be the next showing up at Midtown High, along with what time, what vehicle, and so on. Some included prizes for whoever wound up being the most right. Ned peered over his shoulder and whistled. Wow! Was anyone linked you to this yet? No, Mr. Stark wrote a program to overwrite my name if it shows up in media posts along with the team. Taking her phone back, MJ arched an eyebrow at him. Don't tell me that actually works. Peter shrugged. Has so far. At least no one outside the school seems to realise I'm the one being picked up yet. He blew out a slow breath, resettling his backpack. I just hope things die down before winter break ends. Well, that's kind of up to the Avengers, isn't it? Don't remind me. They only had 2 weeks of regular classes left, then 4 days of final exams before the winter dance, followed by half a month of sweet freedom. Teachers were starting to make the switch from regular assignments to end-of-semester projects and study guides, and students could head home with light backpacks at the end of the day, which was good because instead they were weighed down by multiple layers to fight off the winter chill. So, who's it to be today? Ned asked as they walked down the school's front steps, balanced steady despite the slick ice. No text yet, so either Mr. Stark, Sergeant Barnes, or someone new, Peter said, thankfully gotten to know the other Avengers, to promise to let him know if they would be coming to get him. Barnes was the only holdout, claiming that he had a hard time figuring out the different messaging systems on his phone, but Peter knew it was just because he wanted to be difficult. Privately, he hoped it would mean Mr. Stark, because the team did miss getting to hang out one-on-one with his mentor. The labs always seemed to have someone else around in recent days, and the rest of the compound wasn't any better. But, of course, as per his usual luck, the universe had decided to throw him a curveball. The usual crowd hung further back from the curb than what was normal. And as he got closer, Peter could hear 2 people arguing in a language other than English. Finally stepping into view, he froze. King T'Challa stood on the sidewalk. Black Panther, the literal king of an actual nation, stood on the sidewalk in front of a crowd of high schoolers, paying them no mind as he verbally sparred with General Kaguya, the terrifying head of his all-women bodyguards. Peter's brain short-circuited. Ned didn't look like he was doing any better. MJ, on the other hand, appeared delighted. Peter, she said, grabbing his arm, I demand that you get me an interview with that man. I can't do that, he hissed back automatically. You can, and you will. Do you realise the kind of extra credit I could get on my history project if I include quotes from the current ruler of the only African nation that never had to regain their freedom from colonial rule? Interview now. All right, Peter said awkwardly, trying to get her to let go, but gave in and wound up just towing MJ along as he carefully stepped up to the arguing Wakandans. Hi, Mr. King Panther, sir, he said instantly, gaining both T'Challa and General Kaguya's attention. I'm so sorry for taking up your time like this, and yours too, General Ma'am. The king smiled. It is no trouble, Peter. I desired an excuse to drive into the city, and Stark was kind enough to offer me the opportunity through you. Okay, but I still feel the need to apologise. Also, this is my friend, MJ, and she'd really like a chance to talk to you. Interview, MJ cut in smoothly. I realise this isn't the best of times or locations, Your Majesty, but my final project for history is an analysis on modern-day effects in Africa left by European colonialism, and it would be incredible to include your point of view as the protector of Wakanda. King T'Challa glanced at General Kaguya, who raised a single eyebrow in return. You may sit with me, Miss Jones. Michelle Jones. Thank you, Your Majesty. Please, any close friend of Peter is allowed to address me by my given name, the king said, opening the rear door of his car and gesturing for her to slide inside. The girl nodded. Then you're allowed to call me MJ. The 2 of them got inside, already talking, to Peter's astonishment. It took a not-too-subtle cough from Kaguya to jumpstart his brain. After shooting the dumbstruck Ned a quick wave, Peter got into the front passenger seat, more than a little wary of trying to strike up a conversation with the general as she started the engine. She, on the other hand, didn't seem to have any such inhibition. I suppose I must thank you, young spider. You're welcome? He hesitated. What did I do? King T'Challa and I were not agreeing on which of us would drive back to the Avengers compound. Introducing your friend to us was a perfect way to get that idiot to finally back down. Peter blinked and then started to grin. A peek at General Kakia from the corner of his eye realised that she too was smirking. End of chapter. Hi guys, hope you enjoyed that one because I love that one. That one's so much fun. And I love that MJ was just like, okay, I am pulling my friend, like, privileges here. Get me an interview with that king. Peter was just like, no, I can't do that. Yeah, so, yeah, that's just funny. And I like how Kakie called him an idiot, even though, like, he's still the king of one of the most powerful countries in the entire world, in the MCU. Anyway, you guys know the drill. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell, blah, blah, blah. Bye, guys.